Good afternoon and welcome to this live commentary of Crystal Palace against Everton. First of all, we're going to just show you through the lineups on screen, starting off with the home side, Crystal Palace. Kickoff's underway in about 2 minutes' time. They have Guaita in goal. They're playing with a back four of Ward, Kelly, Dan and Van Aanholt. Townsend, MacArthur, Milivojevic and Meyer complete a four in midfield, and it's Benteke and Ayew up front. For the away side, Everton, Pickford starts in goal. They have a back four of Digne, Mina, Keane and Coleman. Gomez and Schneiderlin in the holding midfield positions. Bernard, Sigurdsson and Richarlison just ahead of them, and it's Calvert-Lewin up front. So as I say, this is a live commentary of the game, which is getting underway very shortly. The last time these two sides met at Selhurst Park, it was a disappointing 0-0 draw. Hopefully you have a more exciting game coming up today. The other game last season at Goodison Park, Everton won by 2-0. Last time Crystal Palace beat Everton was in 2014. It was a 3-2 win at Goodison. So we are ready to get underway. We are underway now at Selhurst Park. It's Everton to kick us off, as they pass it around the back to Mina and then back to the goalkeeper Jordan Pickford as he gets his first touch of the season. And then the long kick down, the header's won by Kelly and it goes out for a throw down the left-hand side for Everton. Before we start, if you do have any questions about the game or about the channel, make sure to put it in the live chat. I will answer those questions as soon as I see them. Everton in possession just inside the Palace half of Richarlison. He looked for Digne and it's found him. Back out to Sigurdsson down the right, gets a ball into the box. It's come to the edge of the box where it's Coleman, and then in towards Richarlison. It's cleared away by Scott Dann. So the first little break forward for Everton within the first minute of the game. It's Coleman to take the throw inside the Crystal Palace half. Throws it to Sigurdsson. Now it's Calvert-Lewin who won a flick onto Richarlison. It's come to Bernard. And now it's Digne down the left-hand side, being pressed by the right-back, Joel Ward. It's played back to MacArthur. Back down the left to Digne. Digne gets a ball into the box looking for Calvert-Lewin. It comes out to Sigurdsson. And on the edge of the box, he was in loads of space, but his shot, which he mishits on the half volley and drags it wide. It came for Sigurdsson, not actually just inside the box, down the middle. Didn't have much pressure on him, no one was closing him down. It was a free shot on the volley, but he did miss it and it goes wide. So it's the first chance of the game for Everton. Palace need to get going, hardly a touch of the ball for them so far, but they do of course have a goal kick now. And while the goal kick's to be taken, just a reminder to ask you guys to subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of our streams. We'll have streams to you every Saturday at 3 o'clock. The goal kick's just being held up here for Palace due to the high winds in London. The Palace goalkeeper keeps putting the ball down, but the ball keeps rolling away, so the goal kick's still yet to be taken. He does take it now, Guaita, who's in goal for Crystal Palace. Kicks it down the left, but I'm sure the wind took a part in that as it goes straight out for a throw to Everton in their own half. The throw's being taken towards MacArthur, who then hoofs it long. Kelly can take the ball back for Crystal Palace, and now it's Meyer, who finds Benteke. Back to Meyer. And then his pass forward looking for Ayew is intercepted by Coleman, who gets out via deflection for a Crystal Palace throw just inside the Everton half. As it stands, if we look at other results so far in this Premier League season, Liverpool beat Norwich City 4-1 last night. Comfortable win for them, and an even more comfortable win for Manchester City just before they thrashed West Ham United away from home by 5-0. A Sterling hat-trick. Crystal Palace have a throw just inside their own half down the right-hand side by the dugout. taken back to Kelly, who clears it, and then Crystal Palace win a throw just inside the Everton half down the left. Don't forget to ask any questions about the game in the live chat and I will answer them for you. Van Aanholt takes the throw for Palace down the line. It's won by an Everton head. MacArthur battling for it with Gomez. Gomez won the battle and wins a free kick just inside the Everton half. Our other games today at 3 o'clock are Bournemouth against Sheffield United, Burnley against Southampton and Watford against Brighton. We'll give you score updates when they come in for those games. Coleman on the ball for Everton. He's tackled by Meyer and it goes out for an Everton throw, which is played back to Keane. Now it's Mina as Everton have the ball inside their own half comfortably. Back out to Keane again. And it's played down the line looking for Calvert-Lewin, but it's intercepted by MacArthur and now Crystal Palace have the ball. And it is MacArthur. Plays it forward to Ayew. Ayew's ball down the left-hand side looking for Benteke, who can't keep it in, I don't think, there. No, the ball goes out of play. It's an Everton throw down the right-hand side. So 5 minutes gone at Selhurst Park. Everton with the only chance of the game so far. Came after about 2 minutes in. It was a ball in from the left-hand side. It deflected. Came for Sigurdsson just inside the box. He mishit the half volley wide of the post. Here's Digne for Everton as they have the ball again inside their own half. It's played back to Pickford. And then Pickford back out to Mina. He's down the left-hand side here, trying to hit one long, looking for Calvert-Lewin, and more of a target man for Everton these days. He can't quite bring it down, although Gomez has collected it for Everton and plays it back to Coleman. But he actually did win a free kick in the process, a late challenge from Milivojevic. And despite Milivojevic being a central midfielder, he was Crystal Palace's top goal scorer last season with 12 goals. The majority of those from the penalty spot for Crystal Palace. And his other centre mid partner, MacArthur, today, he was their top assister last year with 6 assists. Everton on the ball here inside their own half with Mina. He's looking for Coleman down the right hand side. It's a good ball towards him. He flicks it back to Schneiderlin in midfield for Everton. Here's Mina, who's had a lot of the ball for Everton inside their own half. He plays it to Keane, who finds Richarlison down the right hand side. And then back to Keane. Everton happy to control the ball in these opening stages here of the game. It's played down the left to Digne. He's cutting inside and then looking for Calvert-Lewin in behind. He overhit the pass and it'll be a Crystal Palace goal kick. A lot of people saying in terms of Marco Silva that he might just be the first manager to get sacked. It was an okay season for Everton last year. Their aim is to break into the top 6, but they didn't finish best of the rest last year, with Wolves finishing ahead of them in 7th. They finished 8th. Europa League is probably a target for Everton this year in that 7th spot, or even higher, breaking into the top 6, which is what they want in the long run. The goal kick is taken long by Gaeta, and then Digne is forced to clear it out for a Crystal Palace throw inside the Everton half down the right hand side. For those joining us now, don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell on for streams every weekend of live commentary of Premier League and Champions League and Europa League games. It's gone out for a an Everton throw inside their own half down the left. They've had most of the ball. They've had the only chance of the game for Sigurdsson so far after 8 minutes. Digne throws it out to Bernard. His touch was poor and Ward wins the header on. And then Townsend trying to get a flick on, but he only kicked it out of play. Of course, no Wilfried Zaha in the side for Crystal Palace today. Of course, his latest transfer rumour with a move to Everton that never happened would have been a very weird one for him to play against Everton today, which is why he's been dropped by manager Hodgson. However, he is on the bench for Crystal Palace, along with new signing Gary Cahill. Throw for Crystal Palace. Bernard intercepted it, but it's come straight back to Ward, who plays it back to Kelly. And now it comes to the left back, Van Aanholt, who plays it back to Scott Dan, and then back to the goalkeeper, Guaita. All the other scores in the 3 o'clock game still 0-0. Everton have a throw inside their own half, which Coleman would take down the right-hand side. He plays it to Gomez, who hits it long upfield, but it's only come as far as Van Aanholt, who's on the ball here for Palace down the left. He's won a free kick, I believe. A little clip off Richarlison as those two were tussling for the ball. 10 minutes gone at Selhurst Park. Free kick for Palace, just inside the Everton half, all the way down the left-hand side. It's MacArthur to take. Everton holding a high line in, outside the penalty area. It's taken long from MacArthur, deep to the right-hand side, but it's gone over everyone for an Everton throw down the left-hand side. Everton, of course, signing Keane up front. Their main signing this summer. He is on the bench for Everton as well. Calvert-Lewin being preferred over him, though, for this game. It's MacArthur on the ball for Palace. He plays it back to Guaita. Guaita plays it to Scott Dan. Palace with a rare bit of possession in this game so far. Kelly, his long ball forward. And then Keane is able to get there and clear it away. Back to the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. And you certainly saw with that long kick from Kelly how the wind is taking a part in the play out here. Certainly in Everton's favour in this first half with the way they're shooting. Long ball forward from Palace, it goes straight into Pickford's arms as he rolls it out to Mina. Everton looking to play out the back so far from what we've seen today. Keane on the ball inside their own half. Plays it to the right where Coleman is. And then Coleman back to Keane. And then it's played back to Pickford. A bit of pressure from Benteke on him, but he's able to roll it out to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin again, who hits it long looking for Calvert-Lewin. The header was won by Dan. And it's out for an Everton throw just inside their own half, down the right-hand side. Also, don't forget to like the stream if you are enjoying it. Everton on the ball here with Sigurdsson. Plays it down the left for Digne. He'll take on Joel Ward. He cuts back and finds Bernard. Bernard's pass in towards Richarlison on the edge of the box. Tried to feed in Calvert-Lewin. It was intercepted. Palace trying to break quickly, but Mina was able to cover the long ball, and he's played it to Digne. Down the left. Now Bernard. Into Gomez in the middle of the park. And then he plays it back to Keane. Back out to Gomez. Everton having the ball just by the halfway line here towards the left. Mina back to Schneiderlin. And then across to Keane down the right hand side as they're breaking into Palace's half. They've played it down the right hand side to Coleman. And then his cross into the box deflected off Van Aanholt. And then in the end it's going to go out for an Everton throw down the right, which they play quickly all the way back to Schneiderlin inside their own half again. Mina. Everton having 70% of the possession. They've played a good ball here towards Bernard, and then Kelly kicked it behind for a corner as he tried to take him on. So it's the first corner of the game. First, and a chance for Everton to get the ball into the box. Of course, the wind might make things difficult for the Everton players. A little storm in England today. Not the usual weather you would imagine for an opening of a Premier League season. It's to be taken by Sigurdsson, this corner. He got 6 assists last year for Everton, their top assister. He will take the corner from the left-hand side. It's a low one into the back post. It's Richarlison's effort, and it was blocked. It was certainly on target, and it was a chance for Everton. A clever corner routine. It was a ball towards the edge of the box where Richarlison hit one. It was rolled. The ball wasn't in the air. Richarlison's effort, I think it was blocked or maybe saved, but it was an effort on target for Everton there. They're on the ball again here with Coleman. And then his pass, which is deflected and then headed away by Kelly. Here's Townsend for Palace as it falls to him. Looking down the left-hand side for Meyer in behind. He will take on Coleman down this left-hand side for Palace. Still taking on Coleman down the touchline, gets a low ball in, cleared away by Keane for a Crystal Palace throw down the left-hand side. So, chance for Everton, followed by a half chance for Crystal Palace down the left-hand side. It's their first real move forward as Meyer took on Coleman down the left, got a ball in, but it didn't beat the first man and Keane cleared it away. As we are 15 minutes into this game at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace with the throw taken by Van Aanholt towards Ayew. Richarlison trying to win it back off Ayew, and then it goes out for a throw, a Crystal Palace one, right by the corner flag. Van Aanholt to take it. Looks like it's going to be a long throw for Crystal Palace into the area. It will be. It doesn't beat Schneiderlin. Kelly trying to win the header, but it's cleared by Bernard. Calvert-Lewin will chase Kelly in the middle of the field, but he's played it back to his goalkeeper, Gaeta. He kicks it along down the left. Coleman wins the header onto Gomez, and Everton are able to control possession again with Mina. He plays it to Schneiderlin. Now it's Digne. Everton still inside their own half here. Carter's ball forward, looking for Keane, and now it's Coleman. Coleman playing it down the line, but it's blocked by Van Aanholt and out for an Everton throw just inside their own half, down the right-hand side again. Throws getting ready to be taken here by Seamus Coleman. Ball down the right-hand side. It's headed away by Townsend. Ayew trying to battle with the Everton players. Everton win it back. And they've got it down the left-hand side with Digne, still inside their own half. Into Gomez and then back to Mina. Once again, Everton happily in possession. Not too much pressure from Crystal Palace. Keane back to Mina. And then to the left where Digne is. Bernard's making a run down the line. He doesn't play it to him. He plays it to Gomez instead. Of course, Everton making his loan deal permanent from Barcelona. Coleman trying to do a 1-2 with Schneiderlin. Comes back to Coleman. It's Scott Dan on him, and then he deflects the cross. And it's out for a Everton throw by the corner flag down the right-hand side. Here is Coleman to Richarlison down the right. Richarlison trying to cut in. It was tackled by Ayew, only as far as Coleman. He's by himself down the right here, taking on Max Meyer. He's beaten him and then gets a ball in towards Calvert-Lewin. It was won by Scott Dan though. Comes out to Bernard down the left-hand side. Looking for Digne. Digne cuts it back in and then it's cleared by Kelly this time, out for an Everton throw down the left near the corner flag. So 2 balls into the box causing danger for Palace. Dan importantly won the first one before Calvert-Lewin had a tap in. Bernard played it back down the left for Digne, who cut it in towards Calvert-Lewin. That time it was Kelly who was able to get it away. Long throw into the box from Digne. And then it's headed straight back to him. And he lets it run on for another Everton throw. Same position, out down on the left by the corner flag. Taken along again. The wind's certainly blowing it towards the goal, or the football towards the goal. Digne's got it back. He's tackled by Townsend, and Townsend then clears it. And then a poor touch from Gomez allows Ayew to get it for Crystal Palace, and he looks to counter. Plays it back to MacArthur, although Crystal Palace can't move it forward quickly enough, and in the end they play it back towards their goalkeeper. But it's the first bit of possession for them in a while in this game. Van Aanholt plays it forward towards Ayew. Haven't seen much of Christian Benteke so far. He's hardly had a chance or a touch of the ball. Ward towards Kelly. Now Scott Dan. MacArthur for Crystal Palace. Down the right is Ward inside their own half. It's played down the left towards Van Aanholt here. They're breaking outside the Everton half, but they've given it away, Van Aanholt. And now it's Coleman on the chase for Everton down the right-hand side. He'll take on Van Aanholt, who's tackled him, and then in the end it goes out for an Everton throw inside the Palace half. It's thrown back to Keane. And then back to Mina. Everton having possession for themselves again. Here's Digne. Now it's Schneiderlin, back to Mina. As Everton happily on the ball, though they've played a good ball down the right towards Coleman, who can get a ball into the box for Everton, and then Ward, who was the first man, got it behind for a corner down the right hand side this time for Everton, who have certainly been the better side in the opening 20 minutes. No real clear chances, well actually one clear chance very early on for Goofy Sigurdsson. He had a half volley which he could only hit wide just inside the box. He mishit it, and that was, well, Everton's only real chance, but they might have one from a corner here. It's to be taken by Digne, so it's to be an in-swinger. And then it goes in towards the near post and it's headed away by Van Aanholt. Back out to Digne down the right-hand side, gets another ball in. This one's over everyone, although Bernard just about keeps it in, flicks it over Ward's head, but Ward with the recovery tackle, and then he clears it. Gomez looking down the line for Digne, who breaks free down the left, and then it's a good challenge from Ward, and it will be another corner to Everton, this time down the left-hand side. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss any streams. Every Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoffs, we will always be streaming a game for you, because we know it's difficult to watch it on live TV, certainly in England. It's actually a goal kick for Crystal Palace. The tackle from Ward must have come off of Digne in the end. All the players towards the left-hand side for Crystal Palace is clicked long from Gaeta. Benteke tries to win it on, and it comes for Ayew down the left. He's turning back, he's challenged by Mina. Plays it back to Max Meyer, chance to get a ball into the box, and then it was cleared by Gomez, still comes for Townsend on the edge of the box. And then Milivojevic, who's tackled, then MacArthur wins it back for Palace and plays it back to Ward. Back out to the right-hand side where Townsend is. And then Townsend wins a free kick for Crystal Palace very cleverly there. It's a chance to get a ball in, and it might just be the first chance for Crystal Palace here. It's down the right-hand side. It's quite a way out, but it is a chance to get a ball in. It will be Milivojevic to take it, so it will be an out swinger. And then the ball goes in deep, and then it's headed away by Gomez to the left-hand side where Meyer will pick up the ball. Plays it in towards Kelly, and then his cross into the box comes off Gomez, out for a throw for Crystal Palace down the left-hand side. Don't forget to put in the live chat any questions about the game or about the channel. I'll answer them as soon as I see them. Van Aanholt with the throw. It looks like it will be a long one into the box again. It's come towards Ayew, but it's headed away by Keane. Calvert-Lewin will pick it up here for Everton. He is fouled inside his own half, and Everton get a free kick down the right-hand side. Don't forget to join us next weekend at 3 o'clock, the same kick-off time. The game planned at the moment is Southampton against Liverpool. However, if you have any requests for the game which you want us to stream, put it in the live chat and we will see how many people want that game, and we will change the Southampton-Liverpool game planned for next weekend to a game which you guys may decide. Crystal Palace have a throw here inside their own half down the left-hand side. We're approaching the 25-minute mark here at Selhurst Park. as Crystal Palace taking their time with the throw. Looked like there was a bit of confusion with the referee for a second there. They do take it eventually. Van Aanholt takes it down the line, but it comes only as far as Richarlison. And he's tackled by Milivojevic, and it's an Everton throw down the right hand side, just inside the Crystal Palace half. Here is Richarlison. Everton have it back again with Gomez, and now Digne down the left. There's a bit of space for him to run into. He plays it forward towards Gomez, who just couldn't get his first touch right. Kelly was there for Palace, and he clears it out for an Everton throw down the left. It's the second year in a row where Everton have had an away game to kick off their season. Last year it was a game away from home against newly promoted Wolves, a 2-2 draw there. They'll be hoping to build on that. Crystal Palace won their opening game of the season last year, 2-0 away from home against, at the time, newly promoted Fulham. They will look to start their Premier League season with a win. As Geister's got the ball for Crystal Palace, he kicks it long, the goalkeeper. One on by Ayew as far as MacArthur here. Plays it down the right for Townsend, but it's intercepted by Digne. And then Schneiderlin back to Mina, who should play it back to Pickford here. He does. Pickford straight back out to Mina down the left-hand side for Everton. He kicks it long. Finds Calvert-Lewin. It's a good touch from the young striker, who played it to Bernard and then to Gomez. Sigurdsson. Now Schneiderlin, who plays it down the right-hand side towards Coleman. Can't keep the ball in, and it's a Crystal Palace throw. That's the wind taking its part in the game again. So we're just sorting out a few technical issues with the stream about the music in the background. It should be coming back on now. There's not much going on in play at the moment for Everton or for Crystal Palace. Throw on for Crystal Palace down the left. They've taken it, but Everton have won it straight back, and then Kelly can pick up the pieces for Palace and clear it away. As far as Maya inside the Palace half. Ayew, and he's won a throw for Palace just inside the Everton half. "26 minutes into the game here. I just apologise, we've got a slight problem with the stream. Another technical problem here. I'm trying to get the stream back up for you for commentary. If you just give us about 30 seconds, it should be good. It's back now, and it's an Everton long ball forward towards Calvert-Lewin here. And it's tackled by Kelly, who was in behind the Palace defence for a second. Kelly then clears it to Max Meyer. Now Van Aanholt, who kicks it long. Although the Everton right back Coleman won the header, but he fouled Ayew at the same time, and it's a Crystal Palace free kick just inside the Everton half. Don't forget to like the stream if you are enjoying the commentary, and subscribe for more streams every Saturday at 3 o'clock on Match Centre Live. Free kick's taken by MacArthur towards Benteke, who's got control inside the penalty area. Still Benteke, trying to get a shot away. It was a challenge from Mina, but it was a fair one just inside the penalty area. Richarlison trying to break away, and he's found Gomez, and Gomez looking for Bernard down the left-hand side, and he's found Bernard. He's just outside the box here down the left-hand side on this counter-attack for Everton. Cutting back in on his right foot, trying to play it to Digne back on the left with the reverse ball. He's overhit it, Digne didn't see the pass coming, and it's a Crystal Palace goal kick. Don't forget in the live chat to tell me what team you support, to see who Who Sports Watch team for this stream. I want to thank everyone for subscribing so far in this stream. We've gone up by 4 subscribers since the start. I appreciate that. Oh, it's a poor clearance from Keane, and it's come out for Ayew. He's played it to Max Meyer, who cuts inside, takes a shot, blocked by Coleman. Poor clearance from Keane. It came off for an Everton player, and it bounced for Ayew. Nice 1-2 with Max Meyer again, and then it will go behind for a goal kick. The 1-2 went down the touchline, and then Meyer, it was just blocked off by Keane, and it went out for the Everton goal kick. And as we wait for the goal kick to be taken, there's problems with the wind again. As we are approaching the half an hour mark, a few facts to give to you. Crystal Palace have won 111 games in their Premier League history. Everton have won 377. Just a random fact for you there. Crystal Palace are looking to improve on an 11th finish last year, maybe to break into the top half of the table this time. Everton trying to finish at least the best of the rest in 7th. They attack here with Bernard, who looks for Sigurdsson. It's come out for Gomez in the centre of the park, inside the Palace half, plays it down the right to Coleman. We are having some connection problems with the stream. It just keeps freezing every now and then. And it's just been reversed back by a minute, so we're going to have to watch that minute again. We're back to the Everton goal kick just before the half an hour mark. We'll be commentating it for you from there. So 29 minutes in to the match, and we are up to Bernard running forward to Everton, and now we're with Gomez on the ball inside the Palace half. Now he's going to play it to the right for Coleman. Once again, the stream freezing, my apologies for that. We will get it up to date for you as soon as possible. I apologise for these technical issues. We're trying to get it up one more time. We're up to where Gomez has the ball for Everton. Down the right for Coleman, it's frozen again. And just a time to tell you about the other scores in the game. In the game's kicking off right now. Watford against Brighton, there's been a goal there, and it's for Brighton and Hove Albion. They lead by 1-0. We are up to date with Bernard on the ball for for Everton. Down the left hand side, taking on Ward. And we assume the problems with the stream, with my footage of the stream, is the wind causing a problem with the internet. Bernard gets a ball in for Everton towards Calvert-Lewin, he's headed it just wide. Everton did have a slight chance there, as we are past the 30-minute mark now. Sorry about this, we are still trying to get the stream back for you. It keeps on freezing, which makes it difficult for me to commentate on. I will inform you when the stream is back. It is back now, and we're 31 minutes into the game. And it's Keane on the ball for Everton, out to the right for Coleman. Zaha's just started warming up for Crystal Palace. Does get a round of applause from the Crystal Palace fans. Of course, staying. His latest rumour was to go to Everton on deadline day. Never happened. We are going to keep you updated with the other scores while we still wait for our stream to come back. It is back again with Mina. I do apologise for this. Mina into Gomez. They're just inside the Palace half, Everton here. Although they've given the ball away, and then Manano tried to clear it for Palace, was fouled. Palace get a free kick inside their own half. As we're waiting for the free kick to be taken, all the scores 0-0 apart from at Watford. They're a goal behind to Brighton on this opening day. We're approaching the 35-minute mark in this game at Selhurst Park. Free kick still yet to be taken from Crystal Palace. I do apologise for this break in play. We will get the stream back. It shouldn't be longer than 2 minutes before the stream is completely working again. I get to show you little bits of the game. However, it just keeps on cutting out. In about 2 minutes, it should be okay. I'm just going to restart the app, and something I shouldn't be telling you, but I'm going to. On the App Store, you can get apps where you can live stream football, including 3 o'clock games here in England. That's how I get the commentary. So that's just a bit of advice for you guys. If you want to watch football and you want to watch the 3 o'clock games, our stream is back, and it's back at the point at which Crystal Palace have a free kick. We will start from there as we are 35 minutes into the game. It was a challenge from Coleman on Ayew. It's actually a different free kick. It's in a more attacking position for Crystal Palace, who haven't had a chance yet. They've wasted the free kick and it's gone straight to Everton with Richarlison. Now Coleman down the right hand side. They're breaking into the Palace half. He plays it to Calvert-Lewin and he lost his footing there, Calvert-Lewin, and he wins a throw. Palace on the ball. It's played back to Gaeta. And then his long kick, which goes back all the way through to the Everton goalkeeper, Pickford. Now Mina. Gomez back to Pickford. Palace starting to press a little bit, but Everton are still able to keep possession with Keane. And then it's switched by Schneiderlin looking for Bernard. It's intercepted though, but Everton can get it straight back with Mina, who plays it back to the goalkeeper, Pickford. Played out to the right to Coleman, inside the Everton half, back to Keane. And then it looks like he's going to play it back to Pickford. No, he's not. He plays it back out to Coleman. Everton trying to get the ball forward, but Crystal Palace holding a firm midfield line to deny Everton from getting it away from them. In the last 5 minutes, Everton have had 83% of the possession. Now, I'm sure they've had a high amount of possession across the whole game as well. Palace really not been able to get into it so far. Coleman, he plays it back to Pickford. Here's Mina. And then a long ball from Gomez looking for Digne in behind down the left. Kelly can't win it back. Digne gets a ball in to the back post looking for Richarlison, headed away by Van Aanholt. Ayew, who picks it up, but he's giving it away as far as Sigurdsson's shot, blocked by Van Aanholt, comes out to Meyer. Meyer can counter here for Palace. Looking for Benteke ahead of him. Benteke down the left-hand side. He's pressured by Richarlison. He's beaten Richarlison, but it's a good tackle from Keane, only as far as Townsend, as Crystal Palace are moving it backwards again. But it's back to Van Aanholt, forward to Meyer. Meyer trying to cut inside. Good tackle from Richarlison, who's then fouled by Max Meyer inside the the Everton half, and Max Meyer will get the first yellow card of the game because he's prevented a possible Everton counter-attack. After he was tackled, he then fouled Richarlison. Free kick Everton. Well, 0-0 was the score when these two sides last met at Selhurst Park. Hopefully we will get a goal. It doesn't look like it's coming in this first half. Everton, they're keeping possession of the ball. They're struggling to move it forward. We certainly want a much livelier second half, but there is still 5 minutes to go in this first half. It's Coleman on the ball for Everton, trying to kick one long towards Calvert-Lewin. Kelly won the header still Kelly here for Everton. In the end, he clears it out for an Everton throw down the right. Although actually his clearance might have taken a deflection because it's a Palace throw just inside their own half. As we wait for the throw to be taken down this left-hand side. Van Aanholt, who takes it down the line looking for Ayew, headed one by Keane though, back out for the Crystal Palace throw in the exact same position, just inside their own half, pretty much by the halfway line. Down the line again from Van Aanholt, looking for Benteke this time. Keane won the header on to Digne, who clears it away with his right foot. Good touch from Richarlison, who finds Gomez. And then Maya came in with a challenge. Townsend's got the ball here for Palace and he's won a free kick just inside the Everton half. It was Sigurdsson with the foul as he was tussling with the ball with Townsend. Townsend got the ball. It was a little pull back from Sigurdsson and the free kick's given to Crystal Palace. And then the ball in towards the box, towards the left hand side as far as Maya's shot, and he's hit it over the bar. It might have taken a deflection on its way. I think it did. It was a long ball forward from that free kick. MacArthur's ball. It came to Maya on the left. He cut inside, took a shot. It was a good block from Coleman, and it just helped it on its way over the bar. That's the first real chance for Palace, the first shot on goal. And they will now have a corner with under 5 minutes of this first half, plus additional time left. Corner goes in towards the back post and it's just gone over everyone. Well, it was coming towards Maya at the back post. It was a little flick on from Coleman, who got it behind for a Palace corner, this time down the other side. Dangerous ball into the back post. So they'll have another corner. Everton complaining though. I think they believe the ball went out of play for that corner. Referee was speaking to Pickford and to Coleman, and the corner's about to be taken for Crystal Palace down the other side, this time down the left. It's to be Milivojevic to take, he got the most assists for Crystal Palace last year. Sorry, the second most assists. His ball in goes deep again towards Dan, and then another deflection which just took it off target, and it goes behind from a corner for Palace again down the right. All of them going towards that back post, and they're all aiming towards Scott Dan. He nearly won the header. In fact, he did win the header, but it was onto the back of Calvert-Lewin, I believe, and it deflected off of him wide. But a corner again. Once again, it goes deep, and then it's come off a Palace head this time. Scott Dan at the back post again, and it's going to be an Everton goal kick. 3 corners in a row for Palace, all go into that back post, all causing a bit of danger for Everton apart from that last one. Three minutes of the half left to go. Can we get some late drama, a late goal maybe in this first half to change this game around? Very few chances. Everton have had one shot on goal, Palace having one shot on goal, and then a few half chances, maybe balls into the box, but they've been dealt with well from both teams defensively. A long ball from Pickford. Palace able to control the ball with Townsend. Now it's Ward. He kicks it down the line, looking for Benteke. Digne wins a header out for a Palace throw down the right inside the Everton half. It's to be Ward to take it. Ball goes forward. Mina won the header. It's come out towards Maya. The pass just over him, and then it's cleared by Keane. Calvert-Lewin will look to win this header. He didn't. Ward won it. Back to Kelly, who clears it away. And then Townsend looking to control it, but he can't. Digne's won the ball. Townsend wins it back from Digne though. But it's come out for Ayew, and Ayew's running forward. A good challenge by Keane, but it only comes as far as Maya. Now Ayew Back to Meyer on the edge of the box. Still Max Meyer, tackled by Mina, who then clears as far as MacArthur into Townsend. Townsend's ball in towards the back post, and it's just over the incoming run from Van Aanholt down the left, and it goes over everyone for a goal kick. We are approaching half time here at Selhurst Park. The stream will continue when the second half gets underway. Of course, we still got this first half to finish here. Liverpool's in play. Gomez is down on the ground. It looks like his left calf as he tries to stretch out his toes, or his gastrocnemius. So that might just add a little bit of stoppage time on a game with not many stoppages in this first half. The only real delays has been from the wind and taking goal kicks and free kicks as the ball seems to blow away. Everton are looking to be making a substitution actually here. It looks like Gomez might have to be taken off. An Everton player is putting the shirt on just before half time. And it does look like the new signing Gomez will be coming off. Just waiting to see who it is coming on for Everton later on here in the half. I'm not sure how the injury was caused for Gomez. It doesn't look too serious. But it is forcing him off here just before half time. We are in the 45th minute at Selhurst Park. We're just waiting to see how much stoppage time there will be. It will be 2 minutes added on here. Gomez able to walk off for Everton. So the games are at half time in the Premier League. Bournemouth 0-0 against Sheffield United, and the other game where there's been one goal is for Watford as they're behind by 1-0 for Brighton. That's half time. Burnley Southampton still in play, and then this game here we are about 2 minutes away from the half-time whistle. 2 minutes were added on, but the play's about to start again a minute into it, so it should be 2 minutes from now. Pickford is about to take a goal kick for Everton. He's kicked it long here. Ward jumping to win the header. It's come for Bernard though. And he's found Sigurdsson in a bit of space. His pass looking for Coleman down the right's intercepted. Palace might want to counter. Ball down the left looking for Ayew. Schneiderlin is with him. He's still moving down the left here for Palace. Still Ayew cutting inside, but he's forced backwards. He's still on the ball. Everton players surrounding him. Palace have kept it though with Max Meyer down the left, who gets a ball in towards Benteke. It's just behind him, and then it's cleared out by Bernard for a throw. It was a good move for Palace. Ayew just about got it to a Crystal Palace player. He was on the ball for a while. It came to Meyer down the left-hand side. Benteke was in a bit of space with the ball. It was behind everyone who was running forward into the box. But it has gone out for a Palace throw, which Ward takes looking for Townsend, but Amina's able to deal with it, and it goes out for a goal kick. The 2 minutes of stoppage time are up, but there was a stoppage during stoppage time, meaning we should have probably another 30 seconds of the half here. One substitution made in this first half not long ago with Gomez coming off due to injury. Clean on the ball, and that is the last action of the half here at Selhurst Park. And a chance early on for Goofy Sigurdsson, which he couldn't take. It was on the half volley just inside the penalty area. Palace had a shot on goal, which was saved by Pickford about midway through the half. Not much else has happened. It hasn't been the best game. The half-time score at Selhurst Park is Crystal Palace 0, Everton 0, and we will be back for the second half. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to live commentary of Crystal Palace against Everton. The second half is about to get underway. And before it starts, it just gives me a chance to tell you about this channel. We will be doing live streams for you at 3 o'clock every Saturday on a selected game. This is because it's difficult to watch it in England due to the rule that there's no games at 3 o'clock on Saturdays televised. If you want to give feedback on the stream, positive or negative, put it in the live chat. I will read it and try to improve it for you. And also don't forget to subscribe and put the notification bell on so you don't miss one of our streams, and give a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. Second half is about to get underway here at Selhurst Park. Of course, Everton were forced into one change at the end of the first half. Gomez forced to come off due to an injury. It looked like a calf injury. And Palace has kicked us off here. Townsend plays it back to MacArthur from the kickoff, and then a long ball forward headed away by Keane. Meyer picks up down the left. He's tackled by Richarlison, who's still on the ball for Everton. He was then fouled by MacArthur just on the halfway line. Substitution for Everton was Gomez coming off, and Bamin, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce his name. Bamin, I would imagine, he came on just before half time due to the injury. Everton on the ball here with Jordan Pickford out to Keane, out to Coleman. Everton will probably want to move the ball a bit quicker in terms of forward. They've actually done it here because they've moved it down to Sigurdsson, and now Coleman's overlapping down the right hand side. Chance to get a ball into the box, and it's gone over everyone and headed away. And then there was a foul in the end there on Ward. Palace will get a free kick just inside the penalty area. Everton had most of the ball in the first half, but didn't do much with it. It was more maybe passing it around the back. They have moved it quicker, and that's what we've seen with these early signs of the second half, getting it out wide quickly to Coleman, although his ball didn't come to anything, and it's a Crystal Palace free kick a minute into the second half, which Guaita will take. And he takes it long. Still rising, Mateke got a flick on, and then it will go out for an Everton throw down the right inside their own half. Hopefully it's not the same result as last time these two sides met. It was a 0-0 draw. That's what we're heading to here, as Everton have just won a free kick as they tried to move it forward. MacArthur was Milivojevic was pulling Richarlison's shirt as he started to break away from him. Richarlison in number 7 for Everton. I believe last year he played in the number 11 shirt, or possibly number 20 shirt, but I think him being number 7 for Everton is a new thing for this season. Mina's on the ball for the Toffees. Plays it back to Keane and then back to Pickford. He'll then kick it long. And Dina just about keeps it in play, although Bernard can't. Dina's headed towards him. He touches straight out for a Palace throw down the right inside their own half. The wind was certainly against Palace in the first half. It's now against Everton in this second half. And a very windy day on this opening Premier League season. Sorry about the on-screen problem. It's back now, showing you the score and all the information of the games, including the scores in the other games. The only goal in the first half was for Brighton against Watford, and the score staying the same in all the other games at 0-0, including this one here. It's not the liveliest first half of Premier League football. It's Coleman for Everton down the right inside the Palace half. Now Bummin back to Mina, and then he plays it back to Pickford. The long ball from Pickford goes out for a Crystal Palace throwing down the left. Van Aanholt. As we approach the 5-minute mark of the second half, he throws it to Benteke down the left, who's been shrugged out of play. Everton get a throw inside their own half down the right. Bumin, who wins a throw for Meyer, another throw for Everton down the right hand side. Coleman will take it. Coleman, who in an interview recently said Everton need a trophy. And some top 6 rivals struggling to get trophies at the moment, so it will be even more difficult to Everton. Is Schneider. Now Dina down the left inside the Everton half, plays it long looking for Calvert-Lewin. Kelly won the header, comes back for Dina, whose flick forward is intercepted by Dan. Now it's Schneiderlin, he's dispossessed by MacArthur. And now it's a chance to break forward down the right for Ayew. Mina's with him, Ayew trying to play it down the line. It was deflected though, but it came straight back to Ayew. He's trying to wiggle his way around, play down the right towards Townsend. Pass back to Milivojevic, back to Townsend again, right footed cross looking for Benteke, but it's well over him and it goes out for an Everton throw. $50 minutes gone in the second half. 5 minutes gone in the second half. 50 minutes into the game. Throw down the line from Coleman. Comes back to Richarlison, he's dispossessed by MacArthur, and it will be a throw for Everton, which I'll look to take quickly. Sigurdsson will take it. Well, actually, he didn't get given the ball by the ball boys, so it won't be taken quickly. So a throw in down the right inside the Crystal Palace half for Everton, who haven't created a chance in the second half, nor of Crystal Palace. Wasn't many in the first half either, hasn't been the most entertaining game. Everton on the ball with Sigurdsson here, cutting inside. Looking for Richarlison on the edge of the box, plays it to Bernard. Now Dina, back to Bernard down the left hand side, cutting inside Bernard here. Back out again, still Bernard. Chips the ball in towards the back post to Calvert-Lewin, comes out for Dina, back into the box and Sigurdsson, and it's off the line by, I believe, Scott Dan. And then a foul from Bernard to stop the Crystal Palace break. And he will get a yellow card here. There's a big chance for Everton. Bernard got a chip ball into Calvert-Lewin. He headed it into Dina. Sigurdsson on the volley from the cross into the box. Went past the keeper, didn't go past Van Aanholt, who cleared it off the line and saves Crystal Palace from what would have been the opener to this game. And this game certainly needs a goal. Hasn't been the most entertaining, but that could be a turnaround here with that chance for Everton. Palace still taking, yet to take this free kick. Taken on by Gaeta. Benteke will win the header. Onto Ayew, now Mayer down the left hand side for Palace. Good chips a ball in towards Townsend, he just couldn't get onto it though, and it's a goal kick. As we just look on the foul from Bernard on Ayew, which brought a yellow card for the Everton man. Everton on the ball here with Coleman, who's running forward, getting past Scott Dan. MacArthur trying to catch up, plays it towards Calvert-Lewin down the right. Back to Richarlison on the edge of the box, he has a go, blocked by Dan, and then Meyer should pick it up down the left hand side for Palace. He plays it to Ayew, who's fouled by Richarlison. By Schneider, who wasn't happy with that decision, and due to dissent, he will be in the book. I believe he's certainly getting a yellow. I'm just making sure it is Schneiderlin. He wasn't happy with that foul that was given. It did look a bit like a dive, which is why Schneiderlin wasn't happy. We're just looking at it again here. Yeah, very minimal contact, if there was contact at all, from Ayew, who went down. The referee just having a word with Schneiderlin because of the dissent. It is a yellow card. I believe the third yellow card for Everton. One not long ago from Bernard, now Schneiderlin. Actually the second yellow card for Everton. The third one was for Crystal Palace and Max Meyer. Ball kick long from Palace, back out from Coleman. Only as far as Townsend, you can only head it onto Garman. And then Sigurdsson was fouled just inside the Everton half. And it looks like Milivojevic might get a yellow card for that. So the yellow's starting to pour out here at Selhurst Park. Milivojevic who pulled back Sigurdsson in order to stop the Everton counter-attack. And there will be a free kick just by the halfway line for Everton and a yellow card for Milivojevic. As we are 10 minutes into the second half now here at Selhurst Park. Throw into Everton. Took the free kick, it was headed away. Coleman heads it back to Garman. Back to Mina, who's forced to play it back to Pickford due to the Crystal Palace pressure. Pickford kicks it long. Down the left, finds Dina fantastically. And then a poor pass from Dina, which is intercepted only for an Everton throw. Dina throws it back to Mina. Now it's Keane. Now the new signing Garmin. He's been dispossessed though by Christian Benteke, who can run forward for Palace. Not the fastest run, but he's found Ayew in behind here for Palace. And his first time shot was saved by Pickford. And it comes out for Townsend, who's still battling with it for Palace. And he has not been fouled according to the referee. But that's the first major chance for Palace in this game. Benteke from the counter-attack was running forward. A reverse pass into the onside Ayew, who was inside the box. He took it first time. It looked like he could have taken it around Jordan Pickford, who was moving towards the floor. That's what I thought he was going to do. Instead, he took it first time. He hit it straight at the Everton goalkeeper. But that's the best chance for Crystal Palace in this whole game. Palace are moving it forward again here with Townsend. Now Benteke, Meyer's overlapping. He's got Townsend in the middle as well. And then his ball forward, sorry about the disruption there. His ball forward which went wide. Benteke's ball in towards Meyer, and then his shot actually came off Pickford, and it will be an Everton corner. The flag stayed down. Didn't quite see that attack live, but it is a Crystal Palace corner. From the left-hand side, an in-swinger which floats in the air. The wind certainly took its toll on that corner. Headed back out by Richarlison for a throw down the left-hand side for Crystal Palace. So we are approaching the hour mark here at Selhurst Park. 0-0 the score. From the front, they kicked it all the way back to the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, who's forced to kick it long. To Meyer, came off Coleman though, and it's a Crystal Palace throw by the halfway line down the left-hand side. Richarlison, he's dispossessed, although the pass from Crystal Palace has also been awarded, and in the end it's actually going to be an Everton free kick. A scruffy bit of play there. Coleman was fouled down the right hand side inside his own half, and an Everton free kick on the way. Schneiderlin for Everton down the left inside their own half. Plays to signing Garmin, who's dispossessed, and here's Townsend for Palace. Plays it down the right hand side. Townsend looking for the ball in behind, good tackle, comes out for Milivojevic. Down the right is Joel Ward, who's cut back here. Palace didn't quite make the most of that attack, and in the end, the cross is intercepted. Van Aanholt picks it up and plays it to Kelly. Now Max Meyer. Van Aanholt overlapping down the left-hand side, here he is. And then a good ball from Van Aanholt, and I couldn't quite get onto it, and Pickford was able to pick it up. He takes a long ball quickly up towards Calvert-Lewin, who controls it. Plays it back to Bernard. Bernard taking on MacArthur and then passes it back to Schneiderlin. And then a ball to the right towards Coleman. Myers with him. Back inside towards Schneiderlin. His pass deflected out for a Everton throw down the right hand side. In an attacking sort of position. Ball's played back towards MacArthur. MacArthur to Bernard. Who's down the right hand side this time for Everton. He plays it back to Key. Who then will switch it towards Digne if he can get it. He can't, and then his touch helps it go out for a Crystal Palace goal kick. As we have now hit the hour at Selhurst Park. 0-0 the score, just like it was last year at this stadium. The other meeting between these two sides was a 2-0 Everton victory. Goal kick to be taken by Gaeta. Taken long. Mina won the ball down, but then won by Townsend, who tries to kick it forward. Keane headed it away, and then cleared away after that. Ball still in the air, and Calvert-Lewin's won it fantastically. Richarlison took a heavy touch, couldn't keep it, and then Myers won a free kick here for Crystal Palace. No, he hasn't actually. The referee didn't blow it. Coleman with the throw for Everton. And towards new signing Amin, his pass was intercepted as far as Coleman. It's a hard warming up for Palace. Could he be coming on? Against the club he wanted to move to at the end of the window. Richarlison here finds Sigurdsson on the edge of the box. Sigurdsson with a shot across goal. Saved by Gaeta. Comfortable save, and he was able to catch it. The kick from Gaeta has been taken. It was then headed away out from Palace throw down the left-hand side by the halfway line. And they are waiting to take this throw, Crystal Palace, who look for their first win over Everton since 2014. It was a 3-2 win at Goodison Park the last time they beat them. Last time Everton beat them was earlier on last season, a 2-0 win at Goodison. Everton are moving it forward here with Richarlison. It's a good ball down the left towards Bernard. His first touch wasn't the best. Trying to get around Ward, who did well, and he clears it for Crystal Palace. Kept on by Everton, the clearance, and it's Digne down the left, chipped over looking for Bernard, plays it back to Digne. Digne's ball in, and Richarlison won't get to it because he fouled Kelly, I believe, while he tried to get on the end of that cross, and it's a free kick for Crystal Palace inside their own penalty area. Just going to give you an update now on, while we wait for the free kick, on all the other scores around the ground, see if there's any more goals. There's been 2 goals in every other game apart from this one. Goals in every other game apart from this one. Bournemouth lead newly promoted Sheffield United by 1-0. And Brighton have doubled their lead away from home against Watford. And Burnley leads Southampton by 1-0. We will update those scores at the bottom of your screen now. As the free kick's taken by Crystal Palace up towards Benteke, goes up for a throw. We're just waiting to see whose. It's going to be an Everton throw. Don't forget, there won't be a stream of this game, but Tottenham play Aston Villa at their new stadium tonight at 5:30. First substitution for Crystal Palace, and it's a big one for them. A possible game-changing one. I think you know who it is coming on. It's Wilfried Zaha. Just waiting to see who he's going to be replacing. It's Ayew coming off, who's played as a centre forward alongside Benteke. He's drifted out wide more though, whilst Benteke's been in the centre. I assume that'll be the same for Zaha, who comes on against a team which he wanted to leave to just 2 days ago. He does get a big round of applause from the Crystal Palace fans as he comes on, a big cheer as he comes on. He's got just under half an hour to change this game for Crystal Palace. Everton with this throw by Coleman. Flicked on by Calvert-Lewin and then passed by Sixon back to Calvert-Lewin, but it didn't go towards him and it's a Palace throw. Whilst the Haas explains to Mail the positional changes. So it looks like there will be a change of system for Crystal Palace. Van Aanholt plays it down the line. Benteke won the header. Milivojevic won a following header, only as far as an Everton man. The ball then hits the referee, and a new rule in the Premier League: if the ball hits the referee and there's a change in possession, I believe there's a drop kick and the ball goes back to the keeper who was of the team who was in possession before the ball hit the referee. And that is the case. Yeah, Crystal Palace get the ball back. New rule in the Premier League: if it hit the referee, the player used to just continue, not anymore. Ball goes forward towards Benteke. It was won by Mina. Gomez heads it forward. Sorry, not Gomez heads it forward. Schneiderlin heads it forward. And then Bernard, who finds Calvert-Lewin in the centre of the pitch. He's running forward though. Plays it down the left towards Dina. Good 1-2 with Bernard. Garmin plays it to Sigurdsson. A good ball down the right hand side to Coleman, who's in a bit of space. Plays it back in field towards Schneiderlin. Back out to Coleman. Oh, and he couldn't control the pass and it goes out for a Crystal Palace throw down the left. I'm just going to read you through all the championship scores, or all of the ones with goals. Birmingham 1, Bristol City 0, Cardiff 1, and Luton 0, Charlton 1, Stoke 1, Fulham 1, Blackburn 0, Hull City 2, Reading 1, Middlesbrough 0, Brentford 1, Preston 3, Wigan 0, QPR 0, Huddersfield 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, Barnsley 0, West Brom 1, Millwall 0. And all the scores that I didn't mention, that means the scores for those games are 0-0. No changes in the scorelines in the Premier League from what's on the bottom of your screen. Everton are about to make a substitution here, and it's their new young signing, Keane. Before that, Crystal Palace might just have a chance. Although Maya's been dispossessed by Coleman, who will kick it upfield, and he finds Calvert-Lewin. We might just see his last action here with new signing Keane about to come on. Calvert-Lewin's on the ball here again for Everton. Plays it towards Garmin. Down the left is Digne. Back to Garmin into Bernard. Everton moving it quickly around the edge of the box. Garmin again into Digne. And then his ball to Sigurdsson, dispossessed, but it comes out to Richarlison! And a free shot just inside the box, which is hit just wide. Biggest chance for Everton in the second half. The ball fell to Richarlison, poor pass from Milivojevic, who gave it to him, essentially trying to win the ball back for Palace, and he tried to curl it into the far corner, but it went just wide of the post. Big chance for Everton there to take the lead with just over 20 minutes of this game to go. It is Calvert-Lewin to be replaced here, to be replaced by new signing Keane from Juventus, the young player. Everton fans happy to see that substitution. But Calvert-Lewin has played well today. He's been a fantastic target man. Every time the ball is hoofed forward, the majority of the time he is able to win those balls down. Everton have just won a free kick here inside their own half. Benteke was chasing down Coleman, who was looking to clear it. Be interesting to see how Keane does on his opening game for Everton and on his opening season for Everton. A young striker, formerly for Juventus, didn't play too many games for them last year. It is a permanent deal, not a loan, which is what usually happens from these big sides. Everton have a throw here on the halfway line down the left-hand side. While it's going to be ready to take, and just a reminder to ask you to subscribe and turn the notification bell for streams every Saturday at 3 o'clock. Here is Coleman for Everton. Richarlison back to Coleman. Down the right-hand side, trying to run forward. Sigurdsson's with him. Coleman's still going, tackled by Van Aanholt. Zaha. Garmin's won it back and he's played it back to Keane. They're inside Palace's half, Everton. Back to Garmin, but he's passed it straight to MacArthur. And now it's a chance for Palace to break with Townsend. Plays it down the left to Zaha. He's running forward, he's got two men on him, Zaha. And then it's a good tackle from Richarlison, who wants a throw for his side. I think he's one side a throw. That his tackle must have come off Wilfried Zaha. On this windy day at Selhurst Park. Harmon's ball forward. One by Keane. And then the ball forward. Up towards the Crystal Palace goalkeeper, Gaeta. We'll check the scores for you again in the other games in the Premier League. As the ball's clipped along from Palace, Benteke won the header looking for Zaha. Coleman was there to head it towards Digne, who was able to clear it. There has been one more goal in the Premier League. Burnley have doubled their lead against Southampton. Everton on the ball here with Bernard. Now Garmin inside the Palace half. The long ball towards the right, which looks to be over here. Richarlison just about keeps it on. Tries to flick it over Van Aanholt's head. He flicked it off of the pitch for a Palace goal kick. This is the only game that is still 0-0. The lineups have just come out for the Tottenham Aston Villa game. We won't be streaming that game, but it will be live on TV on Sky Sports. Palace get the ball upfield from a clearance, comes up to Garmin though, and then he wins a free kick just by the halfway line. If you have any questions about the game, don't be afraid to ask in the live chat. I will answer as soon as I see them. Long ball forward to the right for Everton, where Coleman's on the ball. Into Richarlison. Played to the edge of the box, but towards Schneider, who was tackled, and Zaha's got it for Palace, and he's trying to counter. Plays the ball towards Townsend, intercepted well by Keane. Everton back on the ball. And though Coleman's being tackled here, and it's Andros Townsend down the left. Fires it into Max Meyer, back to Andros Townsend down the left. Gets a ball in, out by Mina, only as far as Zaha here, and then his shot is blocked. And then Everton eventually clear it from Mina, only as far as Milivojevic. Palace starting to move it forward with Ward. Gets the ball into the back post, looking for Wilfried Zaha, who heads it back across, and then it's cleared by Keane. I believe there was an offside on Wilfried Zaha there. There was. And there's just over 15 minutes to go here. So might not have been in an offside position actually. Wouldn't have mattered because Everton were able to clear it. Everton on the ball. They've had double Crystal Palace's attempts on, with 10 to Crystal Palace's 5. Mina for Everton, inside their own half. Plays it down the line to Dina, who's been tackled, and Palace might want to move it forward again with Townsend. He's running down the middle, plays it to Zaha. Van Aanholt overlapping. Here is Van Aanholt, and he might be in on goal for Palace. Plays it across the goal, and then it's cleared behind by Dina just before it was going to arrive to Benteke on the back post. Fantastic defending from the Everton defender. It's going to be a Crystal Palace corner. .15 minutes to go. Corner gets taken in towards the back post. It's gone over everyone though. Disappointing for Crystal Palace. So it will be an Everton throw down the right hand side. Throw from Coleman down the line to Richarlison. His header only went straight to McCarthy. Sorry, MacArthur. Here's Max Meyer, although a free kick was given from the pass to MacArthur, a late challenge on him. And it's going to be a second yellow card actually for Schneiderlin. It was a late challenge on, it was actually Milivojevic I think, and he's already been booked. It's going to be a second yellow. He stamped on his toe with late challenge, definite yellow card, and it definitely won't be changed by VAR. I can confirm that for you because VAR can't change second yellows. I don't believe anyway. So with 15 minutes to go, Everton down to 10 men, and Palace might start believing in this one. I want to get that up on screen for you to inform you about the red card. 15 minutes to go. Palace certainly favourites to win this one now. Everton are going to make their final substitution. It's going to be Tom Davies coming on. There have been more goals in both games. Burnley lead Southampton by 3-0. Brighton lead Watford by 3-0. So the Palace free kick's about to be taken. And it went towards Benteke, who was in an offside position. Everton free kick. Everton, who were probably the better side in this game, they might have just thrown away any possibility of getting a win. They are about to make this final substitution now. It's Sigurdsson coming off for Tom Davies with about 12 minutes left. It's the first real action point of this game. The red card. Maybe we can see a goal in the last 10 minutes. Certainly going to be difficult for Everton now, especially with the likes of Zaha on the pitch for Palace, who was substituted on not long ago. Pickford plays it long, looking for Dina, who's won a throw for Everton down the left-hand side. Throws it back to Mina. Everton have had a lot of the ball, but they might find it difficult to keep it now as Palace are starting to press them a bit more. Coleman, looking for Garmin. It's won back by Palace with MacArthur. Van Aanholt, he's been dispossessed by Richarlison. Everton will move it forward. Not a lot of options though. Still Richarlison, he's been tackled, and it's going to be A Crystal Palace throw. Down the left, just inside their own half. "10 minutes to go here at Selhurst Park. The score 0-0, but a red card for Everton not long ago. Schneiderlin sent off for a second yellow. Scott Dan. Now MacArthur, as Palace move it forward for the first time since the red card. They can't keep it forward for long. Oh, and it's a poor pass from MacArthur, and they've given it away. Everton here, long ball towards Keane from Richarlison, just overhit as he looked to play it quickly, and it went into Gaita's hands. He rolls it out quickly. Here's Milivojevic. Long ball towards the left, who looks for Van Aanholt, who just can't control it, and it goes out for an Everton throw. Should finally have an entertaining last 10 minutes with this red card. We'll see how it turns out on this opening day of the Premier League campaign. Keane finds Tom Davies, pressure on him from Zaha. He did well to find Mina. Back to Tom Davies. And then to Keane. Everton trying to keep possession, because as soon as Palace get the ball, they look to bring it forward. They've given it away though. There's a ball from Garmin to the right hand side, but he in the end played it to no one, and it goes out for a Palace throw. Down the left, just inside their own half. Van Aanholt. Back to Scott Dan, now Kelly. Still on the ball, the Crystal Palace defender. Townsend looking to flick it forward towards Zaha. Mina's there, finds Garmin. Dina now for Everton, trying to chip it down the line to Bernard, who looks to flick it onto Davies, but Palace win it back, and they've won themselves a free kick. "81 minutes in now. Down on the ball. Palace is struggling to move it forward quickly. Van Aanholt into Milivojevic. Everton have just won it back though with Davies, and then in the end they've won a free kick just by the halfway line. Everton, who I'm sure will take a draw right now with 8 minutes to go, being down to 10 men. Palace are making a substitution here. Connor Wickham has come on, the former Sunderland man, been at Palace for a few years now. Never really been a starter though. Dina for Everton. He's been tackled by Townsend. Townsend can run forward. He's forced back though by Dina, who recovered well. Milivojevic putting pressure on him. Still just about keeping it. He can't now. Moise Keane's won it back for Everton. Still Keane. Plays it back to Garmin, the other new signing. Garmin. Into Bernard down the left. Everton will be happy with this possession, although Bernard has ran it off the pitch though, and it will be a Palace throw down the right hand side in their half. "83 minutes into the game now. We're well into the final 10 minutes. Everton on the ball with Richarlison back towards Mina, who kicks it long, and it's actually a foul on Dina from Wickham when Dina passed it back to Mina, who cleared it long. It's a little bit of a late challenge from Wickham, and it's a free kick to Everton. Ball forward from Everton to the right, where Coleman will arrive. Still Coleman, ball into the box. doesn't beat the first man. It goes straight into Gaeta's hands. Gaeta wanted to throw out quickly, couldn't quite find an option. He's throwing it out now towards Ward, the right back. Now it's Dan for Palace. They've had a lot more possession since the red card, but they haven't really been able to move it forward. It's mainly been the centre backs and the centre midfielders on the ball for them. Scott Dan into MacArthur, back to Scott Dan. Milivojevic. Zaha turns very well. Still Wilfried Zaha. Plays it out to Max Meyer. And then in towards Van Aanholt, couldn't control it, still comes for Townsend, tries to find Van Aanholt again, intercepted, and then Townsend fouls Davies just on the edge of the penalty area. Free kick to Everton inside their own half. Five minutes to go here at Selhurst Park. Pickford takes it short. There's Mina. Pickford kicks it long. Up towards Richarlison. Couldn't get it. Van Aanholt won the header. Although it's back to Richarlison. Coleman's overlapping. Richarlison gets a ball in. Flicked on. Over everyone, and then out for an Everton throw down the left-hand side. Took a little deflection, I think, by Kelly on the way. 4 minutes now at Selhurst Park. Still could be anyone's game as Everton attack now despite being down to 10 men. Dina to take the throw. And then he throwed it towards Keane, who couldn't actually keep it in play, and it's gone out for a Palace goal kick. Not long here left here at Selhurst Park. Palace are waiting to take this goal kick. I'm sure they will want all 3 points now. They're down to 10 men. Also now Everton are down to 10 men. Here's Zaha down the left for Palace, looking to turn inside of Coleman. He's won it back to Zaha, and then it's cleared by Keane for a Crystal Palace throw. Has been another goal in another game. A late equaliser from Sheffield United against Bournemouth. They're level. It's Sharp who scores. Everton take the throw in by Meyer, headed away by Mina. Then Davies controls it and clears it away. For what looks to be a Crystal Palace throw, no, it won't quite go that far. Keane trying to win a free kick. He's won a free kick for Everton. Just inside their own half, with a chance to just slow it down a bit though. Palace have won it straight back though. With Wickham. Townsend to the right back Ward. Looking down the line for Zaha. Down the right hand side, taking on Dina. Still Zaha cuts it back. And it came off Mina for a corner for Everton. Just updating the scores for you on the bottom of the screen. They're all correct now. Townsend to take this late corner. With 2 minutes to go. Plus, of course, stoppage time. In by Andros Townsend. And then headed away. As far as Zaha in the penalty area, a lot of men on him though. Back out towards Townsend, who's been tackled, and he might have just won Palace a throw. He has won Crystal Palace a throw. Down the right. He's struggling for options right now. And then he gives it to Ward to take it. Throws it onto Zaha, who's turned. Davies here, plays the ball into Wickham. Couldn't get the shot away. And then in the end, it falls into Pickford's arms. Big chance for Palace there. Zaha turned Dina. Got a low ball into the box. It was a very tight angle for Wickham. It was so close to the goal as well. it was always going to be difficult for him, and he couldn't get a proper connection, and then in the end it rolled into Pickford's arms. He was on the ball for the Everton goalkeeper, for Everton. Palace have got a throw inside their own half. Van Aanholt to take it. Looks like he'll take it long with under a minute left here at Selhurst Park. As we really do get to the late stages, we're waiting to see how much stoppage time there will be. The throw-on was cleared by Keane as it was taken long. Keane trying to put pressure on Dan. He did, and then Dan is forced to clear it long. Mina wins the header. Onto Bernard. Everton trying to make one late push here, and the ball goes forward towards Keane, and I think they've just won themselves a corner. Digne, that is. Unless it actually just ran through, it did run all the way through. It's a goal kick. With 5 seconds left of normal time, we're about to find out how much stoppage time there is. Everton are down to 10 men, and there's 4 minutes for Crystal Palace to see if they can get themselves a goal here against this 10-man Everton side, who have been the better side over the majority of the game. Palace stepping it up in the last 10 minutes since the red card. They're moving it forward with Townsend, plays it to Wickham down the right. Wickham's offside. And a chance for Everton to run down the clock. Pickford's preparing to take it long, so we're about to end the first minute of the 4 minutes added on. He does take it long down the right, and then Van Aanholt was able to shove Richarlison out of the way and clears it long. Keane won the header on. Everton still just about keeping the ball here. Richarlison looking for Davies over the top, finds Coleman. Van Aanholt chase, and then he got it behind for, I think, an Everton throw. It might be a Palace throw. It might have deflected back off Coleman there. Just waiting to see whose throw it is. It's a Palace throw. It's Van Aanholt. It's right by the corner flag inside the Palace half. It's going to be difficult for them to get it forward. Everton certainly looking to press Palace, although Zaha's broken away from Keane and he's played it to Townsend. They're inside the Everton half now, and Townsend wins a throw. Keane recovered well. He throws it to Wickham. Back to Townsend down the left-hand side. Townsend looking to turn twice, then into Wickham, but it was intercepted. And now Richarlison runs forward for Everton. 2 minutes left at Selhurst Park. Still Richarlison, who hasn't been able to run it very far, and eventually he's tackled, but he's fouled at the same time by Milivojevic. Everton free kick down the right by the halfway line, with just under 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes in, just over 2 minutes into the 4 minutes added on. Everton, despite being down to 10 men for the last 15 minutes, have still had the majority of the possession, 65% of it, compared to Palace's 35%. Pickford. Plays it across to Keane. He looks to kick it long. He will kick it long down the right for Coleman. Flicked onto Richarlison. Can Everton get a late winner? Richarlison to Davies. Plays it down the left to Digne. Chance to get a ball into the box. Flicked in towards Keane. Richarlison won the header. Back out to Bernard. And then it's won by Milivojevic. And Palace will look to get it forward with Zaha. He's been pulled by Mina to prevent the counter-attack. And there's 30 seconds left here now. One last move forward for Palace from this free kick, you would think. It's just on the halfway line. It's a chance to kick it forward. 15 seconds left now. It's going to be their last chance. 0-0 the score. They're down to 10 men. Everton. Palace haven't made the most of it though, because they haven't been able to score. And it looks like for the second game in a row between these two sides, it will be a 0-0 draw. Ball goes forward, flicked on by Dan, cleared away by Keane. The 4 minutes are up, we're just waiting for the final whistle. And that is the final whistle. It's finished at Selhurst Park. Everton will be more happy in the end with the point due to the red card by Schneider in the 75th minute. Hardly any chances for either side, a few half chances. Sigurdsson had a chance in the first half, a few chances for Palace in the second, who had been the better side in the second half. But it does finish at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Everton 0. Make sure to join us for future streams. Our most common stream time will be at 3 o'clock on Saturdays, because it's difficult to see it on TV in England, which is why we'll bring you live commentary of it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell so you don't miss a stream, and leave a like if you have enjoyed this stream. Final scores across the other grounds: Bournemouth 1, Sheffield United 1, Burnley 3, Southampton 0, Watford 0, Brighton 3. They're the other games. City beat West Ham 5-0 at the 12:30 kickoff. Liverpool beat Norwich 4-1 last night. And the remaining game today is Tottenham, who host Aston Villa. We won't be streaming that for you. Our next stream will be at 3 o'clock next Saturday. So join us there for that. Thank you very much for watching the stream and listening to the commentary. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next Saturday. Goodbye.